Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford.
Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up the chin. Who throws it down? Minkler. Good ball fake. Gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit. Goes down the lane. Double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! Another! And it's a steal by Soden to the rim. He's got the layup and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives. Strand open. Three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Big guys shoot twos.
Step back. Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline. Castic way. Double pump. Shot up and in. Up and in. Trying to find Bono. It's Mike with the steal. Mike is going to run up the clock. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Derry. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bedford and Pinkerton, two of the most prestigious basketball programs in the state, two Division I contenders, the last two Division I champions. Pinkerton did it with a 90-point performance over Nashua North in the championship round last year. Bedford did it over Pinkerton in 2023, heads up in that final round, 66-56. They meet early this season, just 5 games now into the schedule. Pinkerton at 2-2, Bedford riding a 3-game win streak at 3-1. And Justin, as we talked off air a moment ago, these two teams match up very well in a lot of areas.
Yeah, they do. And they're familiar with each other. They've played each other quite a bit lately. And the games that they've played have been extremely competitive, extremely intense. Last year we talked afterward multiple times about how the best game, the best experience we had last year was right here. Mm-hmm. Bedford Pinkerton during the regular season. Toward the end last year, though. Last time it was right toward the end. And you knew we thought, well, they might meet again in the playoffs, and they didn't. Right? They did not meet in the playoffs. That didn't happen. We hoped that would happen. Just for trying to remember, seemed like they played so many times, but that didn't happen. But we got such a great game on that night. You know, we kind of hope going forward that rivalry grows and continues here tonight.
It should, because this one, again, could go either way. And in reference to last year's campaign, that was a February meeting in this gym between, at that time, the two previous championship contenders. And there has been a handful of big games between these two teams over the last several years, both regular season and playoffs. All right, what do we look for tonight, Justin? Take us inside the huddle, so to speak. Mike Dunham, of course, on one sideline with the Astros. Longtime Bedford head coach Frank Moreno leading the Bulldogs.
Well, if I'm Pinkerton right now, I just looking down. I always like to watch warm-ups and try and see, how guys are doing, how it looks like they're moving. And Parker Bienvenu Cerda is out. I noticed that he's not playing. He kind of was their floor general for leader last year. They do have Christian Brander back, who's a really good shooter. But how are they going to make up for that ball handling loss and that leader, that floor leadership that they're going to lose right now tonight? And that could pose a problem because on the Bedford side, they got a couple guards that like to handle the ball. They like to go one-on-one. They like to attack. They're not great inside yet, but I think they have the potential to be pretty good inside with their bigs. Dak, as a freshman, has been outstanding. Body-wise, he looks like a grown man. O'Rourke has improved tremendously. I just like to see if somebody comes out and maybe presses early or does something a little bit different because they've played each other so often.
Pinkerton looking to rebound from a 52-37 defeat against Alvern. Speaking of the Broncos, we will see them Friday night taking on Portsmouth.
They're pretty good, right? This year, they're pretty good.
Bedford extended their win streak to 3 in a row when they won at Central in blowout fashion. 78-45 was that final score. All right, the teams are gathering. The starting lineups are about to be introduced. The national anthem will be performed. And then we have a tip-off at the top of the hour. An early start here tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern, between Pinkerton and Bedford. That is all next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, there it is, the national anthem. Job well done here at Pinkerton Academy, setting the stage for Bedford and Pinkerton. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance, both teams looking for an early foothold in the Division I standings. Just 2 unbeatens at this point in the season, with both the Astros and Bulldogs certainly in that early season mix.
They're in the group, the top 10, I believe, but you're going to need to try and win every game you can to kind of stay ahead of some guys, right? Some teams are pretty good. Nashua South is pretty good. Memorial's pretty good. Much more parity this year than last year, so it should be really fun to watch.
Astros win the tip and knock down a 3 right out of the gate. Connor Dempsey, 6-foot junior, able to get square on the wing and knocks it down. 3-0 Pinkerton. Meanwhile, here is Ouija Dak showing the pull-up game, just inside the elbow there for the Bedford freshman. He's got the Bulldogs on the board, and it's 3-2.
He's a very confident freshman, really doesn't hesitate much, likes to take it to guys.
Another quick shot. That's Wilson Youssef. Little step back. Remember that talented junior class got some length as well at 6'3". Meanwhile, off the step, little scoop attempt won't go for Logan O'Connell. Pinkerton the rebound. Up the floor, Youssef, wraparound pass. It ends up with the center, who's got the left-hand finish. Adam Ajuz, right place, right time for the 6'5 junior. 7-2 Pinkerton. Another quick shot, and this time a whistle, as O'Connell gets near the iron and draws the first foul of the game with just over a minute gone by.
Good unselfish play last time down. Kind of flicked it off to him. Nice little layup. Might have got away. Good block right there. Might have got a little body on it. Didn't see very well, but as the Wizard will show us.
I believe they're going to get Connor Dempsey with his first foul as we get another look at the Ajuz bucket.
Ooh, got away from one. Got to another. Great. Oh, timing was right. You were right. Right place, right time.
Pinkerton an early 7-2 lead. Bedford trying to counter here by taking some of the air out of the ball. A lengthy free throw for O'Connell, who knocks it down. O'Connell, the junior. His classmate Landon Elsmore joins him in the backcourt tonight. Those two have been big, especially on the offensive end early for Coach Moreno. Second shot won't go. Dempsey looking to push. Kicks to Youssef. That's blocked on the wing by Dak. Dak wrestles away the basketball, goes down the lane, hangs, and scores off the window.
That is confidence.
Coast-to-coast play there for the freshman. He's got 4 of Bedford's 5, and it's a 2-point game.
You know, you got to make sure you pump fake guys that are bigger. You're going to shoot those threes out there. You got to make sure you pump fake.
Loose ball goes to Elsmore. Junior looking to push. Going to pull up, teardrop, bank attempt, no. Ajuz able to secure the rebound for the Astros. Again, Pinkerton looking to push tempo. Youssef, 2 big steps. That one rattles in and out, but he follows his own miss off the glass.
Good follow. It's a rebound and a basket.
Yep.
Youssef padding the stats early.
9-5 Pinkerton.
Follow your own shot. Young people, old people, when you shoot, follow your shot just like that.
The fade won't go, but then a turnover in the backcourt sets up a Bedford 3. O'Connell on the miss. And a draw foul on the floor. That's the second Astro team foul.
See if Pinkerton plays zone or man on the out of bounds. Right now you're playing man. You can do so many things against a man underneath the basket. So many good plays you can run to score baskets. Not that time, though, but a lot of times you can.
Well, Coach Dunham active on the Pinkerton sideline early, trying to inspire this man-to-man defense, and there's a turnover. Up the floor it goes. Youssef is called for a travel.
You did a double Euro step, Nick. That was the double Euro.
The second Pinkerton turnover.
Well, almost got away with it. Let's take a look on the replay. 1, 2. Oh, it was close. Very close, Nick. I don't know if you call that.
Coach Dunham continuing to question the call.
He probably had a right to question it. They give you 2 now. It used to be 1.5, believe it or not. Now it's a full 2.
Bedford, meanwhile, trying to make it a one-possession game. Nearly 3 minutes gone by. Dak has had the hot hand. Elsmore back to Dak underneath, and another foul on the way. Christian Brander tried to get basketball there from behind, may have gotten a little bit of body. As we get another look, third Pinkerton team foul as Dak heads to the free throw line.
Maybe a little arm on that, maybe a little push there, offhand. Good call by the official underneath the basket. Ooh, he's a good free throw shooter.
High arcing shot and a hot start for Ouija Dak, the freshman. who has started every game at power forward so far. For Coach Frank Moreno, he's 2 for 2 tonight at the line, 6 points. Bedford crawls back within 2 at 9-7.
If you walked in the gym and you saw him, you'd think he was a senior. You wouldn't really look at him and think he was a freshman ever.
Little give and go, and Dempsey's got the finish.
Good pass by the big fella.
The Jews with the assist. Good start for Dempsey with 5 for Pinkerton. Meanwhile, backdoor Elsmore, left-hand layup, hits the rim twice before missing. The Jews, another rebound for the Astros. Well, Yusuf finds a seam, turns on the gas, it's erased. Block shot there by the 6'5" Bedford senior Connor O'Rourke. Checks into the game defensively here as we near the midway point.
Great block. You got to have a rim protector down the baseline underneath the basket. When guys attack, Yusuf isn't very big, but when you attack like that, you have somebody back there who can block shots, you're in good shape.
Again, Coach Dunham down in his defensive stance, trying to inspire the Astros. Instead, it's Logan O'Connell who finds a crack. Junior gets a scooper off the window. Again, it's a 2-point game. Pinkerton hoping for the answer. Trying to dribble out of a crowd as Dempsey gets a shot off near the rim.
Had a good look.
Jack hitting the rebound for Bedford. O'Connell again leaning into that one, almost got it to fall. And free throws on the way. As Bedford continues to be aggressive here in the half-court set.
Yeah, they're attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. They've got, this will be their 6th free throw already to 0 free throws for Pinkerton. So they're being aggressive attacking the basket, but Pinkerton's got to be careful too. We don't know how deep their bench goes. Foul trouble could be a huge issue tonight. You've got to keep guys in the game that you need.
Christian Brander going to take a seat at the head of the Pinkerton bench. The senior co-captain just picked up his 2nd foul.
He is one of the best shooters in the state. Last year we saw him. He was unbelievable.
Knocked down 11 threes against Portsmouth.
Yeah, we were just talking about that game earlier. We're going to see them later on. And it was unbelievable that night. I hadn't seen that in high school, and I'd never seen that in high school, especially out here. Got away with travel.
Little fade and a second O'Rourke block. Loose ball collected in the lane by Brady Sullivan. Pinkerton's other captain is going to draw a foul here against Bedford for the first time.
I can't say enough. You got to pump fake when you're playing against guys that are bigger than you. I spent time today talking to some West High School basketball players and reminded them when they were playing Bo today. Bo's big. What do? You pump fake, you get shot blockers in the air.
3 out of the corner, won't go. Dempsey on the offensive glass. Skip pass ends up in the corner. Sullivan a good look. That won't go either. And then this one deflected out of bounds off the back of the backboard. Good rebound by Luke O'Connell, freshman guard for Bedford. 2nd freshman on the floor tonight for Coach Moreno, gets his first rebound.
I don't think, since the school has opened years ago, I don't think there's not been an O'Connell there. I'm just going to be honest, they keep coming.
They do.
I don't know where they come from, but they keep coming.
Well, Bedford, they're going to keep coming here, looking to take their first lead. Instead, that layup wouldn't cooperate. It rolls around the iron, out of bounds, and now back to Pinkerton. Speaking of freshmen, how about Josh Venor, the 6'1 guard, is now on the floor for the home team. We get our first look at him tonight. He's been a key role off the bench at the varsity level so far for Coach Dunham.
We are seeing more of that this year, and I do know some information on some guys. Oh, he's not afraid early.
No, Venor catching fire 3, won't go. Sullivan, another rebound. Astros look to cash in on the 2nd try. A Jew's ready to fire, and he knocks it down.
No hesitation.
Showing you the range there. He scored his first bucket in the paint. This comes from the corner.
Center shooting threes.
14-10. Inside of 3 minutes, first quarter. Bedford wants an answer. O'Connell hoping to give it in the paint. Left it a little short. It's tipped out of bounds. And we'll stay right here at this end.
Yeah, some of these freshmen I know have been they're doing this thing where they'll keep a guy back a year and they kind of hide him and let him grow, and then they bring him in. I know that's happened a couple times. I don't know in this case necessarily, but I like to see more freshmen playing. That means somebody's doing something right at their lower level.
Right. Dak, good spin move. He's been outstanding. Freshman with 8 of Bedford's 12. Meanwhile, Sullivan pick and pop. Can't get that one from straight away, and a foul on the rebound, it sounds. He's going to give the ball back to Bedford.
I think that might be.
That's team foul number 4.
Dempsey. It might be his second foul, maybe.
It's going to put Pinkerton up against the limit. Coach Dunham is going to be on his toes here for the final 2:19 of the quarter, hoping to avoid the bonus. Or no, that was number 5.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
I think that was Dempsey's second foul.
If so, early foul trouble. It's going to force Coach Dunham's hand here. He's got a sub over at the table. Free throw is going to roll in for Elsmore. It's his first point tonight. And it looks like you're right. Dempsey over to the bench. We get our first look at Pinkerton's Ryan Bonilla. Junior has played well early this season. 2-for-2 trip for Elsmore. Bedford collectively at the line 6 for 7, Justin. I know you like that.
I do. We want to jinx that, so we'll make sure we knock on the noggin of my cranium.
Sullivan with the finish inside. 6'3" junior working hard. That's his first basket. Pull up. Elsmore won't go. Jews on the weak side board. Inside of 2 minutes, first quarter.
You can tell Pinkerton still likes to push. Last year they pushed. Even with the biggest player in the state, they still ran like crazy. They're doing the same thing this year. Come down, shoot threes. They just don't have that monster in the middle like they did last year.
Speaking, of course, of Jackson Marshall, former player of the year. Leaner. That won't go. Tip will. Good job inside. It's O'Connell. Starting to creep up himself in the scorer's column. 6 points in his first quarter. Bedford ties the game again at 16. Ajuz down the lane looking for contact. Won't get that one. Wanted a whistle. Instead, it's a Dak rebound. Bedford freshman going to pull up himself. That won't go. And offensive rebound, O'Connell. Back out to Dak. Pump fake. One dribble down the lane. Layup off the rim. And finally, Ajuz clears the defensive glass for Pinkerton.
Good move by Dak. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Quick three, Sullivan. That one halfway down. No. Bonilla back up. And he heads to the free throw line.
Not much there, but a good rebound. A fast pace. You see, we have a fast-paced game. Both teams want to run up and down the floor. Get quick shots. Outlet, go, boom. First open three, they take it.
Both teams playing up-tempo as expected in this first quarter. Meanwhile, Bonilla chipped in with a point off the bench. One more to come. More subs both ways. Coach Moreno is going to get some of the heavy hitters off the floor here.
Well, they get an extra minute, take a break.
O'Connell, Elsmore, and Dak all sit at the same time. Meanwhile, O'Rourke is back in for Bedford, pulls in the rebound off the Bonilla miss. We get our first look at Elise Shakir. In the backcourt, Shakir going to catch, going to fire, and knock down a three. Sophomore guard, seems like he makes plays right on cue for Bedford.
Yeah, he does. He's a good, timely sixth man. Comes in the game quick, maybe seventh man.
Driving kick, Bonilla, corner three, too strong. Rebound, Shakir, slapped away in the backcourt by Yusuf, and then last touched by Shakir. A rare Bedford turnover here, comes with 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
He had a good rebound, but that was the good hands of Yusuf to knock that off of his kneecaps.
Coach Moreno trying to direct defensive traffic here.
Now see, they're playing man. If you screen well, you're going to get wide open.
Yusuf is fouled on the catch.
I think he's going up. Yep. Shooting two.
The officials will send the youngster to the free throw line. Again, a member of this strong junior class, Wilson Yusuf, listed at 6'3". Played a lot of minutes early in the campaign. And as we mentioned, Pinkerton coming in tonight looking to rebound from a loss to Alvern their last time out and improve the club's record to 3-2. Malik Solomon, 6'4" sophomore, on the lane for Pinkerton and in the lineup for the first time. O'Rourke the rebound. And Bedford wants the last shot here, I believe, as we tick down towards 10 seconds.
Yep, go at 10. Attack the basket. We don't want to see any, just kind of three-point fadeaways like we saw the other day when the team that won the game got a three-point fadeaway and won the game. Later
There's a fade there that won't go, and the final second goes off the clock. 8 minutes in the books. 2-point game, Bedford, after trailing most of that quarter. out in front 19-17. Home team looking to counter when we come back. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Derry. A rivalry renewed between two D1 heavyweights. Bedford a 19-17 lead over the defending champion Astros. Nick Anastas along with Justin Gorham. It's a pick and roll, tough catch in the lane, and it's an offensive foul against Connor O'Rourke. You can see the sheepish smile on the 6'5" center's face there. Didn't agree with the call.
You got to give him a little time to come down. He didn't have a chance to even get there. See, that's one of those situations where I think you call a block. You got to give him a chance to at least get to his spot first. Then that didn't feel good to me. And that's not a kick ball. If they want a kick ball, it's not a kick ball because it's unintentional. Kick ball has to be intentional off the foot. I think that's what Coach thinks. Went right off his foot, but you have to intentionally kick it. Even though officials a lot of times will call it, it has to be intentional.
Pinkerton's going to have the ball. Solomon ready to fire. Three-pointer won't go. Aggressive rebound for Bedford's Jack Hinton. Going to power out of a crowd. Finds O'Connell and comes streaking down the lane for two more. O'Connell with 8. Spearheading the way here in this first half for Bedford. Bulldogs, their largest lead, 21-17. Sullivan trying to take a chunk out of that with a 3-ball. Won't go. O'Connell his third rebound. Looks for him to his left. Catch, fire, 3. No. Physical play in the paint. O'Rourke ends up with another bucket. That's his first basket. And his fourth rebound of this first half. Timeout on the floor, as Pinkerton wants to talk it over. Bedford on a 6-0 run. They take a 6-point lead, 23-17. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by MG. No, we already did MG.
You did, but you can do it twice if you want to.
We can.
Okay.
But I'd rather talk about the New Hampshire Tomahawks. That showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. That's
a good organization. I don't know a lot about lacrosse, but I do know it's becoming very popular. Mm-hmm. And that organization is solid. They're training some serious lacrosse players in this area.
Absolutely.
The best of the best go there, I think.
A ton of NCAA All-Americans have come through.
That program is just putting out major talent.
Meanwhile, Pinkerton, they were in control most of that first quarter, led by as many as 4. Now trailed by 6. They come out of the timeout. Bonilla, after missing initially, is going to get a second try and leave it short. Finally hitting the other way for Bedford. Good looks for Pinkerton. They're not falling right now. Meanwhile, Elsmore can't get that to go. O'Rourke trying to keep it high in a crowd. Count it in the foul. Connor O'Rourke. Vastly improved, Justin.
Oh, yes.
From a season ago when he came off the bench. Now the senior, the starting center, has made a huge impact on the glass in the first half.
I really think they need to try and maybe find a way to get him on the block and get him the ball a few times and make, you know what happens then? Once you get him the ball a few times on the block and he scores a couple times, what do you have to do? You have to go down and guard him, and it leaves your other guys wide open for threes all over the place, right?
Yusuf, the pull-up won't go. O'Connell another rebound. And he's going to run into Bonilla here and draw a defensive foul. A blocking call here with just about 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Saw both teams battle a bit of foul trouble in that first quarter. Pinkerton's going to roll the dice a bit here. Dempsey back on the floor despite the 2 fouls.
We haven't seen Brander in again, have we?
No.
Since then, he has 2. Dempsey has 2.
Meanwhile, Dak long 2. Sullivan the other way, looking to push. Runs into a little bit of trouble. 2 passes later, it ends up with Padilla. That 3 won't go. And again, O'Rourke is on the window. Got a game-high 6 rebounds. O'Connell, another 2. First to double figures either way is Logan O'Connell, the Bedford junior. Now with 10, Bedford's lead is 11 at 28-17. Pinkerton has gone cold. The last several trips have been empty. Sullivan going to bull his way to the free throw line here.
And right now, too, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. It's just right now, Pinkerton just can't make shots. They're getting three-point shots because I think that's the way they still want to play. Last year, I think they had more better shooters. When you have Jackson Marshall, who's 6'8", 6'9", and can shoot threes, along with some other guys, that opens up so much more and makes it, you just feel like it's a little bit easier to score. Now you're going to have to try and work to get your own shot. And I don't think they have those shooters right now that they had last year. With Brander off the floor, too, you're missing, their best shooter in the game, and now you're down 10.
Brander collected 2 very quick fouls in the game's opening minutes. Meanwhile, Sullivan has done his part. 4 points to go 3 rebounds. 2 for 2 trip there. Pinkerton needed those points to stop a Bedford run of 11-0. Deep 3. O'Connell, that one again. Halfway down, but won't go. And the Jews is his 5th rebound for Pinkerton. Long pass near the iron. Sullivan tried to make it work from midair. O'Connell racing the other way for Bedford. Stop. Try to bank that over the defender. Won't go. O'Rourke battling a Jews, and a jump ball is called.
Good battle inside for O'Rourke again. Him and Jews. Good battle inside. But again, take advantage of that. Throw it inside. Maybe you see if you can if I'm Bedford, get Ajuz some fouls. He's a good rebounder.
Dempsey drive and kick. This is Ryder Hawks out of the corner. Sophomore just came onto the floor. 6'2" forward, no problem from downtown. Meanwhile, a whistle here.
A block shot off of the superstructure.
That's right. That is of course,
or the
series of metallic poles behind the backboard.
I just like to say the word superstructure. I feel good about it.
Meanwhile, a Bedford turnover. The Jews with the steal. Both teams have taken pretty good care of the ball. Sullivan able to slice his way and finish with the left.
He's not afraid to shoot.
Southpaw with 6. Meanwhile, racing in for 2 more is Elsmore.
First field goal for Elsmore today so far.
Doubles his point total. Hawks up and under. They lost track of the sophomore.
There's that running.
5 quick points. Meanwhile, Shakir to the rim. It's a track meet.
Indeed it is. Timeout, right? Track meet. Little fatigue. They caught up. Pinkerton caught up.
And we do have a timeout here at the midway point. Second quarter, 2-possession game again at 32-26 Bedford, as both teams have looked to hit the gas in this second quarter.
Not shooting very well, either team from the outside. I think maybe Pinkerton might be about 3 for 13 from 3. But, they've made a few timely ones. And then you bring a couple guys off the bench, right? Hawks comes off the bench, gets you a quick 5.
Yep.
Bedford, Shakir comes in, rebounds, gets a couple baskets.
And a quick 5 points.
Yeah, quick 5 points. So they had, both teams, their benches are kind of contributing, but I want to see maybe get Brander back in at maybe the last I'd put him in now. Just say, listen, play good defense. Just don't foul, don't reach, right? Get him in, see if you can get that lead down to 1 or 2 or maybe tie it up before you go in at the break.
Reminder, hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Making a push towards 6,000 subscribers. Hoping to hit that milestone over the next few weeks. We're right there, folks. So do us and yourselves a favor. Make sure you like and subscribe. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media.
And where, Nick, pray tell, have some of our fans watched our games?
Oh, that's right.
From what locations?
We just got that coming in right before we went on the air. One of our Pinkerton football broadcasts was viewed down in South America back in November. So we appreciate our fans worldwide. Up the floor, ready to fire is the freshman O'Connell. That's too strong. O'Rourke is on the weak side glass. And he's going to head back to the free throw line. Justin, I've got him for 8 rebounds. Still with 3.5 to go in this second quarter.
Well, your math is better than mine. I think I got him with 6, but I think you're probably right. I'll take your math anyway. You always take the higher number.
He may have 6 in the quarter.
You might be right.
He's got that free throw to go. He's also been good at the line. 2 for 2, 6 points, and again, unofficially 8 rebounds. Meanwhile, Coach Dunham goes back to the home sideline to take Bonilla out of the lineup. And he replaces him with Christian Brander, as you predicted.
Yeah, that's about right. They kept him off just for another 30 seconds. Keep out of getting that third foul.
Both Dempsey and Brander on the floor for Pinkerton with 2 fouls each. Meanwhile, Ryder Hawks is going to stay hot. That's another 3 for the sophomore. How about 8 points? Off the bench all over the last few minutes.
Right? Where'd he come from? We didn't see him for a while. Boom, comes in. Hits
Bedford
a couple threes.
5, looking to make it a 3-possession game, but the bank shot betrays O'Connell. It ends up out of bounds and back over to the home team. 3 minutes even to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, full recap, and a busy Tuesday statewide as well. We have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard ahead. All that coming up at halftime. Meanwhile, Sullivan starting to consistently get into the lane for Pinkerton. He has 8 points. Just a 3-point game, make it 5. Elsmore with a nice-looking pull-up. Was that Elsmore or O'Connell?
I believe that was Elsmore.
It was Elsmore.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yep.
They're very similar looking. I just know one has a headband on, so I kind of know that one right there, right?
Meanwhile, in the corner, Hawks thought he was fouled.
I think he might have been.
O'Connor, the rebound, and then the outlet pass sails on Bedford.
A little bit too long.
Ends up out of bounds. O'Rourke hoping to spark the break there.
Good look, right idea, right?
Yep.
You send it deep. A little Wes Unseld, catch it, throw the ball toward the rim, run to the rim, catch the ball, get a layup. Still long.
Hawks drops it at the top of the key, taken away by O'Connell, who's got the step, count the bucket, and the foul.
You better
the
be
youngster
careful.
going to flex his muscles after making that layup. It's good despite the foul. O'Connell staying in rhythm here for the Bulldogs.
He has played well. You said he needs to make sure he's careful and doesn't say too much after he makes that shot and kind of turns and does that little flex. That's a lot of times officials will call tees on that right away, so there's no issue. That rivalry or this rivalry here, that can get heated really quick.
Yep.
So he's got to be careful, kind of maintain his composure. You know, you're winning by 8, right? Don't do anything that's going to all of a sudden turn the tide a little bit.
Inside of 2 minutes, first half. Again, Sullivan, a great step through. He's found his niche in this second quarter. 8 of his 10 come in the frame, and he's got a steal here. Behind the back, left hand.
Wow, like Globetrotter all of a sudden. Globetrotter Sullivan hitting behind the back, steal everywhere.
Looking pretty there on the break. He's got everybody on the home sideline smiling. 39-35, Bedford still with the lead. Pinkerton looking for a stop.
Well,
home fans are on their feet to our right. That's a standing and clapping student section.
Well, Sullivan has a building named after him, so you know he's pretty good, right?
Here's one down the lane for O'Connell. A little bit of contact there, perhaps, as well. Didn't phase the junior. He's got 15 in this first half. Meanwhile, Hawks steps to his right and drains a 3.
Wow. Off the bench, no less.
He's now in double figures with 11, his third from downtown.
He's in fuego. And fuego from 3 is Hawks.
41-38. Meanwhile, O'Connell is fouled.
Hawks bailed him out.
Freshman Luke O'Connell, who was knocked to the ground.
It was a wild shot,
to the free throw line as we get a look at the replay and the foul. Going to get Hawks with his first. And
Hawks is winded. Look at him. Hawks is winded over there.
It's also got Pinkerton at the limit. That's 5 team fouls. So Bedford in the bonus for the final 43.8 seconds.
He's like, Coach, I'm off the bench, Coach. Am I ready for this? On fire, this guy.
Hawks having a word with Coach Dunham and starting point guard Bienvenu Cernuda. That's Parker Bienvenu Cernuda, who is not in uniform tonight. You see him over there in street clothes. Meanwhile, final 35 seconds. Pinkerton trails by 5. Brander looking for his first points. Missed the 3 badly. Elsmore looking to power out. Elsmore into the lane. Elsmore going to bank it home.
No call.
A lot of contact there as well.
The other night we saw a lot of charging calls in the tournament, right? Not today.
There's a foul on the floor. That'll be just the third Bulldog team foul of this third quarter. So 1 left to give here for Coach Moreno. 14.4 seconds.
If you have somebody in the game, too, that doesn't have a lot of fouls, and, you might want to think about when it gets down to about 8, maybe just foul. Make them take the ball out on the side.
Dempsey turns it over. He wanted a foul.
He's got
and now a technical
team.
has been issued here. That is a bit of a double whammy here for the Pinkerton guard. That's also his third personal.
Yep, he got a turnover, essentially a turnover, and a tee.
He was upset, thought he was fouled by Shakir. He's got a little bit of a rascal smile to his face here in the backcourt for Bedford. His teammate is at the line. That's O'Connell, who misses off the back iron.
He must be the designated free throw shooter.
It's a rare miss tonight for Bedford collectively at the line. Now 12 of 14 after that make.
And he shot 7 of those.
Yep. Final 10 seconds. Bedford should play for the final shot here. Trying to build on a 46-38 lead.
They should get the last shot. They just need to attack the basket.
They go to O'Connell. He's going to hoist a deep 3. No. O'Rourke, yes.
Great pass. Great rebound. That play, they called it. That was all scripted. Scripted play.
Tremendous job. Connor O'Rourke, 10 rebounds in that first half. He beats the buzzer with the layup to give him 8 points. And it's Bedford by double figures on the road at halftime. 48-38 our score after 2 quarters.
Right now, Bedford is shooting better. They're not in foul trouble. Inside, they're rebounding. They're out-rebounding Pinkerton. They outshot them from the free throw line by, I have 16 to 6. So, very one-side game. The guards from Bedford have been pretty successful, especially O'Connell. He just needs to be careful. Second half, we've already got 1 tee called. He's got to watch himself here going forward. Pinkerton just needs to make some shots. They've had open looks.
Yeah.
They can't put him down. They've had Hawks coming off the bench and hit 3. But their game is that. I think their game is come down, layup 3. Layup 3. There is no in between really for them. Ajuz inside a little bit, but this style of play is layup 3. You don't shoot a lot of 10-footers or, mid-range shots, and they're just not putting them in. If they can make those, they'll be okay going forward.
See what kind of adjustments Coach Dunham and his staff have in store. Right now, Coach Moreno's club looks pretty good. They're in the driver's seat, 48-38. Full breakdown of the first half coming up. Stats, highlights, recap, analysis, the whole 9 yards, plus an out-of-town scoreboard to get to.
I like the scoreboard.
On a Tuesday night.
I do like the scoreboard.
You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, start of the second half here in Derry. We've got a 10-point ball game. Bedford out in front of Pinkerton, 48-38. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bedford looking good in that first half. I'm sure Coach Moreno is pleased. He got 16 points out of Logan O'Connell at one of the guard spots. He leads all scorers. But really a balanced attack in that first half, and already a very high point total on the board at the midway point, 48-38, Bedford in front.
Yeah, and so many free throws. They're doing exactly what they want. They want to attack the basket. They push the ball down the floor. Their guards attack. They rely on Connor O'Rourke to play a little defense underneath the basket, block some shots. He's got 10 rebounds and 10 rebounds and
9
points for him. Yep. So now the second half, you bring Dak back in. We didn't see much of Dak in the second quarter. He might have been in foul trouble, since I always forget fouls when I do this. But they might extend their lead if Pinkerton can't make some shots. We talked about that. Going off the air, Pinkerton has to make shots.
Bedford starts with the basketball. They led by as many as 11 early in that second quarter, have a chance for their largest lead here. Hinton down the lane, left hand won't work, but a foul is called on the baseline under the basket against Pinkerton. A reach-in foul is called. It's the first either way. It comes 14 seconds into this second half. Didn't get the number there, Justin, to be honest.
No, I didn't see anything there. They called a foul. I just
didn't catch the number.
No.
Meanwhile, a little bit of a different look to start this second half. The freshman for Pinkerton is on the floor. That's Josh Fenor. Meanwhile, this one loose, and now a foul is called. This time against Bedford.
Oh, I thought they just called an out-of-bounds situation. That time a foul.
Yeah, they got a reach here. And it's on the big man, Connor O'Rourke, his second.
Really?
So one team foul each way here in the opening seconds of this third quarter. Here's Pinkerton's first possession. Their high man in that first half was Brady Sullivan. Here he is on the block, goes across the paint to Youssef. Now a drop step for a Jews is wild off the window. O'Rourke again on the glass for Bedford. In transition, put home off the window by Hinton.
Yeah, a good block O'Rourke did. When you were looking down, he blocked the shot. They got the rebound or second shot. Boom, go. Changed the second shot as well.
6'5" center has had an impact. Again, working on a double-double. Bedford, their largest lead. They're up a dozen. Three-pointer won't work. Sullivan, a good look from the corner. Ellsmore trying to race the other way. Tough shot in the lane. Two defenders in the area. Loose ball ends up out of bounds. And last touch by the Bulldogs. Bedford, a 3-1 record. They lost opening night against a very good Trinity team in Manchester. Rebounded well with a blowout win over North. A solid victory over BG. We were there. Meanwhile, Sullivan goes off the glass. And their last time out, they topped Central. Pinkerton up and down so far. We saw that in the season opener. Beat Nashua North in the Gate City. Followed out with a loss in this gym against Nashua South. Put up 90 in a win at Concord before falling 52-37 against Alvern. Sullivan pull up over Dak, rolls off the rim. O'Rourke on the window again for Bedford. A dozen rebounds tonight. 2 minutes in, third quarter. Bedford by 10. O'Rourke stops just under the free throw line. It's for a pick and roll. O'Connell explodes to his left. Had the shot blocked by Sullivan, who gets the rebound.
Good block, good defense.
Fenor to a Jews. Challenged at the rim
Tough
by
shot.
O'Rourke. O'Connell the board. 6 rebounds tonight. Dak, easy 2.
Good use of the left hand. Good to see him back in the game, too.
Dak in double figures. Had 8 points all in that first quarter, his first 2 cents. Bedford by a dozen again. Fenor for 3.
See, I think that's how they like to play. Now, they have more threes than Bedford does, but their percentage isn't very good. Bedford has just made more easy baskets. They're getting layups. They're getting a lot of free throws. If Pinkerton can shoot well and make threes and play a little defense, they get right back in the game.
O'Rourke steps into a 16-footer. Straightaway attempt won't go. 5 rebounds for Sullivan. Bounce pass to a Jews, blocked by O'Rourke, and then a tie-up in the paint. Sullivan tangled up with Dak. Jump ball ends up with Pinkerton.
Sullivan is not afraid to attack. Even if he gets his shot blocked, doesn't bother him at all.
And while here's Christian Brander battled foul trouble in that first half. Sharpshooter scoreless.
You got to try and get Brander involved, right? You got to make sure if he needs to get a couple shots, go in. See the ball go in the basket a few times. Give yourself a little more confidence, even if you get a free throw, right? If you're not shooting well, he shot a couple, air balls, and you just need to see the ball go in the basket.
Meanwhile, here's a foul. Goes against Sullivan. Knocked O'Connell to the floor. Junior's heading to the free throw line for Bedford as we near the midway point of this third quarter.
Can't afford to do that.
Bedford trailed most of the opening frame. Rallied late in the first quarter. Took a 2-point lead into the second at 19-17. And again, just a few minutes ago in real time, held a 10-point halftime lead that has grown here to now 45. Well, at one point was a dozen. It's now shrunk a bit. 53-45 after a 1-for-2 trip there from O'Connell.
And if you look at the free throw situation right now, Pinkerton has only shot 6. And Bedford's at 16, I believe.
Well, Sullivan continuing to get his 18 tonight to lead all scorers.
If not for him, they'd be down by 20 points at this juncture.
Dak long two. Bombs away for the Bedford freshman, a dozen tonight. He's hit his last 2 shots. Meanwhile, both coaches are animated here. Bedford trying to spark a turnover out of the man-to-man. Pinkerton trying to find spacing.
We switched it up. Bedford, a little playing 2-3 zone.
Sullivan for 3.
I think they want that. Maybe Pinkerton wants to see a 2-3 zone. Get a chance to get
9
some threes.
in the quarter for the junior Brady Sullivan. This one is off the window. Elsmore continuing to slash. He's the latest Bulldog to hit the 10-point plateau. His team's lead is 7 at 57-50. Drive and kick, a Jews. Extra pass, sets up the freshman in the corner. 3-pointer rattles in and out, no good for Fenor. Another board for O'Rourke.
Good extra pass on that possession for Pinkerton.
Meanwhile, O'Connell going at Fenor.
Good defense by the freshman. Really good defense.
Shakir head down, is going to bank in 2 more.
If they continue to attack the basket, they're going to keep getting free throws. So that's a good way to play against a team that shoots threes.
Ali Shakir with 7 off the bench.
You look right now, O'Connell looks a little tired. He doesn't come out.
Brander steps into a long 2, and when halfway down, pops out, rebound Shakir. Stolen. Yusuf intercepts the outlet pass, leaves it for Fenor, who's fouled in the act. Well, both teams, Justin, took pretty good care of the basketball in that first half, but a turnover in the backcourt sparks the Pinkerton break. So,
defensively, right? Try and get steals. Don't give Bedford second shots. Got to make free throws. We always talk about that. Especially when you're only shooting, this is 7 and 8 for the game so far. But limit Bedford to 1 shot. And just see if you can get a few stops. And they're right back in the game. I mean, it's only a 7-point game right now anyway. It feels like different. It feels like more, though.
Fenor with all 5 of his points off the bench in this third quarter. Meanwhile, Elsmore, a good look at a clean 2. It won't go. Sullivan trying to keep his balance after the rebound. He's tied up on the sideline. Coach Dunham hoping to get a timeout in there in time.
He got it. I think he got it.
The officials, I believe, just gave Pinkerton the benefit of the doubt. Timeout, home team. It's going to secure the possession for the Astros with just over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bedford has played with the lead most of the night, led by as many as a dozen earlier in this third quarter. Pinkerton hoping to cut this down to a two-possession game again if they can score here coming out of the timeout.
Well, they are at home, right? You got your student section over here who's very vocal. They just got to make sure they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, that one is stolen in the lane, and it leads to a layup. Left-hand finish, Luke O'Connell.
Again, O'Connell's everywhere.
And it was Shakir with the steal and assist.
Yep.
Pushed the Bedford lead to 9. He almost forces a turnover here defensively, but
see, look at that's a backdoor
knocked it out
opportunity.
of bounds.
Freshman, backdoor opportunity. Look how far out they are. Out, backdoor cut, layup. Again, Brander, still, I don't think he still hasn't scored yet. You got to get him involved somehow.
Pass tipped, stolen. Second straight Pinkerton giveaway. Bedford looking to push this lead back to double digits. They'll draw a foul here on the floor. Shakir like knocked down.
Dribbled into the floor in that one.
Fenor hit with the foul.
Those fouls to me are tough to call because it looks to me like he just sort of dribbles and falls down. He might have got bumped a little bit.
Third team foul against the Astros. 2 on the other side against Bedford. Final 90 seconds, third quarter. O'Rourke right to the rim. Count it and the foul.
Nice move. Thought he was going to, for a minute there, I thought he was going to throw it down.
Well, he faked the handoff. It looked like in the corner. And once the path was clear, one dribble and up.
Yeah, and he pulled the ball back. You know what, too? When a big guy's left-handed, they're hard to guard because you're just not used to guarding guys in the paint who are left-handed. So you can't figure out what hand to go up and try and block their shot. It's very difficult to do.
Foul on Yusuf. He heads to the Pinkerton bench. O'Rourke knocks down the free throw. Double-double tonight. Unofficially 12 points, 13 rebounds.
Yeah, I got the same thing you do. It's another good game for him. I think he has multiple double-doubles already.
Brander for 3. That one around the rim. Loose ball. Fenor, double clutch. Count it and the foul.
Goodness, good left hand by the freshman. Wow.
Big quarter for the ninth grader. 7 points since halftime. And a chance for one more for Pinkerton. Foul was against his freshman counterpart, Luke O'Connell for Bedford. That's their third team foul. Free throw good for Fenor. Quick shot the other way. Elsmore, no. Follows his own miss, and that one too easy.
Good follow. Got to box out.
Elsmore with a dozen. Fenor for 3. He stays hot. He's got the crowd back in it. His second from deep.
He's confident too now. See, make a couple shots here. All of a sudden,
Elsmore tries to bank it in a crowd and does. Elsmore 6 in the quarter.
High pace, frenetic pace again, Nick.
Lead back to 10. Dempsey the other way. Can't lean into that one. Dak the rebound on the weak side for Bedford. Brings it himself into the front court. Sets up his classmate for 3. That's Luke O'Connell. 5 of his 7 in this third quarter.
And that's only their second 3. And they're shooting this well with 2s and free throws to build this lead.
71 on the board. Final 25 seconds, third quarter. Steal in the corner. Up the floor it goes. O'Rourke is fouled midair.
He's a good free throw shooter too. So when you're a big guy, if you can shoot free throws, you can live at the free throw line now. But Pinkerton really doesn't have a good matchup for him right now. I think Azuz is off the floor.
A little bit of a smaller lineup right now on the floor for the home team.
Yeah, you're going small. You got to make sure you take advantage of that.
Meanwhile, O'Rourke, perfect at the line. 3 of 3 in that first half, and now 3 of 3 in the third quarter. 73-58, largest lead for Bedford. Pinkerton looking for the last laugh, down to 10 seconds in this third quarter. Fenor has been hot. He's got the center on him. Crossover dribble, leans around. Scooper is good. Long outlet. Dak from midcourt. One final heave, goes off the glass, no good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Pinkerton ends on a high note, but still have a lot of work to do. Down 13 at home. 8 minutes remain. Does Bedford hang on and win their fourth in a row? Or does Pinkerton come from behind? We find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Bedford basketball facing a Pinkerton zone for the first time tonight as we begin the fourth quarter, and Connor O'Rourke can't be stopped on the block. Working on a double-double tonight. O'Rourke has been outstanding, seemingly. Justin has gotten stronger as the game has gone on. Bedford by 15, make that 13, as Ryan Bonilla gets his first field goal off the bench for Pinkerton. 75-62. O'Connell, knifing move, can't bank it home. Dempsey the rebound. His fifth tonight. Played despite foul trouble. Spin move, Sullivan left his feet. Bailed out by Bonilla, who pulls the trigger. Three won't go. Offensive rebound off the glass, off the bounce. We'll keep it here. Dempsey finds Sullivan. Can't get that one to go. Bonilla in the lane, knocked down, loose ball. Bodies on the floor. Fenor is there for Pinkerton.
Timeout.
And a timeout is called by Coach Dunham from the home sideline. Second time, the second year, head coach has bailed out his team tonight via the timeout.
Very good timeout call, because that play right there was one of the wildest plays we've seen. You got guys inside that are about 5'8", trying to score on what. I did speak to Connor's grandfather. He's officially 6'6" now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can relist him at 6'6", according to his grandfather.
That's good to know.
Which made me laugh. I go, he's 6'5". Oh, no, 6'6" now. And I like that. But frenetic pace, you're still going to have to find a way to get some stops, though, right? So Pinkerton can come down and hit a couple threes here and there, but they have got to get stops on the other end defensively.
It's been a track meet tonight. Bedford, 2-point lead after one. 19-17, pushed that lead up to 10 at the break. 48-38 after two quarters. Pinkerton tried to chip away. Bedford, a late push, pushed the lead up to 73-60 at the end of the third quarter. And they have flirted with a 15-point gap at times tonight in this second half as well. Right now, the mark is 13, 75-62, just under 7 minutes to go in regulation as Pinkerton hopes to pull off the comeback.
Brady Sullivan needs to get a little bit more help from his teammates right now.
Well, one of the players hoping to alleviate that pressure is Ryder Hawks. Just checked back into the game, had an explosive third quarter, all 11 of his points in that frame, knocked down three from downtown. He's back on the floor for the first time in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Elsmore in attack mode. Challenged at the rim by Hawks. Yep. It was Hawks who got a piece. Rebound Brander. Trailing is Dempsey. Three is off target. Sullivan keeps it alive. Whirls up a shot with the left hand. Won't go. O'Rourke clears the glass for Bedford. And that leads to another layup. O'Connell with the finish.
Just too easy. Way too easy on that layup. got to step in front, right? Make him pass the ball, step in front.
O'Connell with 16 in that first half to pace Bedford. His first field goal, I believe, since. It was a gliding layup.
Dempsey, right? Dempsey hit that one.
Meanwhile, O'Rourke almost got it to roll. That was Dempsey's first bucket of the second half. He's working on a solid game for Pinkerton.
Yeah.
With 7 points and 6 rebounds unofficially. Meanwhile, O'Rourke back to the free throw line, where he has been perfect tonight, 6 of 6.
It's a lot of free throws for him. He's going to shoot 8 right now thus far.
Right.
Like I said, if you're a bigger player, see, if he plays at the next level, right, he's going to end up being a 6'6", swing man. He's going to have to be able to run, shoot, and play a little bit differently, right? He's not a big anymore if he plays in college. So right now he's getting to the point where he shoots a really good free throw shooter.
Backdoor pass, broken up and stolen. Bulldogs want to push. O'Connell can't get that one off the glass, but he follows his own shot. We've seen that tonight ad nauseum for Bedford.
Yeah, he does a good job. When he shoots the ball, he always follows his shot. I mean, again, if you're smart, you're going to follow it.
Splits 2 defenders. Well, he's done everything in his power tonight to keep his club in it.
Oh, yeah, he just needs some more help. Some more help from guys, I think, that usually contribute. He's getting some contributions elsewhere.
He's got a game-high 23 points. Shakir drive and kick. O'Connell for 3, left it short. Dak, offensive rebound and put back.
Again, good rebound, good use of switch hands.
14 for Dak. Meanwhile, big collision at midcourt. O'Connell is shaken up, and Fenor is fouled at the other end. Meanwhile, look out. A little bit of words here.
Don't do that.
As O'Connell upset, went right up into the face of Dempsey. The officials break it up.
I don't think the officials even saw that, to be honest, when you see when he ran over there.
Well, Coach Moreno
Might
keeping an eye on things as well.
Trying to chat.
Calm the youngsters down. It's been a fiery, competitive game, as expected, between two of the premier D1 programs in the state. They met in this gym 11 months ago. What a
game.
One of the biggest crowds we've seen.
Man, this place was packed.
In quite some time. That was last year. And, of course, they met in March of 23, some 22 months ago, for the Division I championship. We've got a track meet here. Up and down the floor. Hawks lost his balance and the ball. And now Bedford going to slow things down a bit as we march towards the midway point fourth quarter. Big lead on the board for Bedford, their largest of the night at 85-68.
And a mismatch inside. They should have thrown it early, right there. See, and now you end up with a foul.
That's the sophomore Brady Spellman, one of Pinkerton's football stars for the state champs.
I mean, it's 5'9" right now versus
6'6".
6'6". You got to throw the ball right. You don't even have to run that play right there. Just throw the ball up.
Nice backdoor, and Dak off the assist from O'Rourke with another easy 2. 8 in each half for the freshman Dak. 16 points.
That's just knowing your teammates, too, and knowing what you're going to do. Good backdoor cut off the inbounds. See, that's not even really the play. I don't think they were running the out of bounds. It just worked out.
Spellman sets up his classmate Hawks. Line drive 3, no. Fenor is blocked. Gets his own miss, goes back up, no. And then it's finally Spellman on the glass for Bedford. Make that Elsmore, Elsmore coast to coast. And a foul on the way. Nearly got it to go with the left hand.
Yeah, they just keep attacking the basket. It's really fun to watch. They keep getting shots that are a little bit easier than what Pinkerton are getting. Pinkerton's shots are all tough. Every shot they've had almost, with the exception of a few wide open threes, are tough shots.
Elsmore with a rare miss at the line. It's 2 for 3 tonight. Meanwhile, Solomon and a Jews return, as I believe now, yes, all 4 of the 5 Pinkerton players on the floor are reserves.
Yeah, Jews is the only one that was a starter, correct?
Yep. 0 for 2 trip for Elsmore. Solomon the rebound for Pinkerton. And Fenor is knocked down. Freshman tried to split the double team with the dribble and got tripped up.
He is super aggressive coming off the bench. You know what? He might have earned himself. I mean, he clearly earned himself playing time tonight. If he keeps playing that hard, coach is going to have to get him in even more. If he's going to contribute like this off the bench.
14 points tonight, all in the second half.
He's been outstanding. Couple rebounds, played good defense.
Hawks for three. No. Ajuz, yes. Adam Ajuz, his first field goal of the second half. 7 points, 7 rebounds for the junior center. May not be enough, though. Bedford still with a big lead. They're going to draw a foul here. 3:17 remaining.
We're shooting some free throws. Next one.
That's 4 team fouls against Pinkerton, only 2 on the other side against Bedford.
Yeah, I think the officials have done a good job. They haven't overcalled anything or
good pull up.
They've controlled the game well.
O'Connell, most of his damage came in that first half as Bedford built up a 10-point lead at the break. He had 16 before halftime. Bedford's lead is 19 as we move inside of 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Strong second half for the Bulldogs have blown this game open. The Jews offensive rebound. Comes off the Sullivan miss. Now Sullivan in attack mode. Wrap around. Shovel pass in the corner. Fenor for 3, no. And look out.
Another jump ball.
Another jump ball in the paint as Dak and Hawks.
We'll give Hawks a rebound on that one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, O'Rourke gets a round of applause from the Bedford crowd that made the trip east to Derry. As we know, the Bulldog fans travel well, no matter what the sport, no matter what the season. And they certainly appreciate the seniors' effort tonight. We'll tally up his numbers in just a moment.
I wouldn't be surprised maybe in about 30 seconds, Coach gets some more of his subs in the game to finish this off.
I've got O'Rourke, by the way, for 18 and 14 tonight.
Oh, that's a good double-double. Probably a career high.
Rebounds. Coach Moreno going to send
there they are
4 different players to midcourt to check in here. As his senior guard gets another layup. And a quick timeout comes from the sideline. 2 more for Elsmore. Like Dak, Elsmore tonight, 8 points in each half for Bedford. And a quick timeout will empty the bench for Coach Frank Moreno. Speaking of Coach Moreno, he is set to join us live courtside after the game. We'll speak with him following what looks like his team's 4th straight win.
I think they're in good shape for that. Yeah.
Pinkerton in danger of dropping below the 500 mark for the first time this year at 2-3. Meanwhile, still another 2:04 to go in this fourth quarter. Bedford trailed early. Opening minutes of the first quarter, Pinkerton's largest lead was 4. Bulldogs took a 2-point lead towards the end of that first quarter and never really looked back tonight here on the road.
No, they didn't. They played really confident, like they kind of thought they could come in here, do what they wanted to do, and it would work for them, and it did. Their whole game plan just worked.
Meanwhile, counted on the other end for Capleton Lescazi, 6'2 senior. Pretty good pull-up a moment ago, and then Bedford turns it over at the other end. So it's back to Pinkerton here with 95 seconds to go and still a 19-point gap. Spellman's pass intercepted. Hinton got a good jump there and a good finish.
That's Hinton's first basket today, right?
I think he had one in the third quarter.
One early? I missed that one.
3-pointer. That one missed by Elliot Ingram. 6'5 sophomore just came on. Kept alive by Pinkerton. And then Lascazi misfires. Rebound for Bedford's Bo Dunker. He's checked in. Comes from a basketball family, as we know. His older brother played for Trinity for a couple of seasons. Meanwhile, Hinton fires a 3. That one around the rim and out. Rebound ends up with Ingram. Final 45 seconds in what is shaping up to be a Bedford win in this gym. It avenges that loss from February of last year when these two teams met. A little bit higher stakes a year ago, a little later in the season. Both these two teams expected to be in the D1 picture throughout the year. Meanwhile, a foul is called. Chase Johnson, 6'3" sophomore, good slicing move. Going to head to the free throw line here with just 25 seconds now remaining.
Saw him in the JV game, play a little bit before this. I got here early. I remember him when he was I think a 7th grader playing in Derry. Big kid as a 7th grader.
6'3" sophomore misfires here.
You want to get your name in the book, right? Got to make a free throw.
Yep. One more. Trying to niddle the lead down to 20. And he will.
He's in the box score, folks.
Bedford looking
points.
to run out the clock on what looks like a 93-73 victory. A very solid win here on the road. It's going to push their win streak up to 4 games. And the revenge tour, by the way, Justin, set to continue for Bedford coming up on Friday. They play Memorial at the Doghouse. Of course, it was Memorial who beat Bedford in an exhibition Christmas tournament championship affair a few weeks back. That is the final here in Derry, 93-73. Bedford hangs on and improves to 4-1. Pinkerton falls to 2-3. Coming up, stats, highlights, analysis, more importantly, a live interview with head coach Frank Moreno. Plus a Tuesday night scoreboard to get to.
Oh, I like the scoreboards, Nick. I said that. I like the scoreboards.
As well.
What's going on out there?
You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, 93-73 ends up being the final score. Bedford wins their 4th in a row. And we're in control most of the night tonight here on the road. We're joined by Frank Moreno, head coach. Coach, thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for being here.
Unfinished business, Coach. I forgot to congratulate you on your 100th career win.
Thank you very much.
A few weeks back against BG.
Much.
It's been burning me since, so I wanted to get that off my chest.
Thank you very much.
But tonight, you guys, as we just spoke a moment ago off the air, seemed like you were in attack mode, not only from the opening minute, but throughout the course of the basketball game. Was that something you were hoping to see from your club specifically, or was that more of an initiative that they took themselves?
No, we talked about it in practice this week. We knew that we could get out and run. Just watching them on film, I think we had an opportunity to get some points in transition to make our lives a little bit easier in the front court.
Yeah.
They did a really good job of starting to push the ball. It worked out well for us, but it was something we worked on this week.
That backcourt tandem starting to become a problem for other teams. O'Connell and Elsmore, 2 juniors that can both slash, play confident, have handle, smart defensively, it seems like. Talk about their progress and what you've seen so far now through 5 official games from those 2 juniors.
Yeah, we were talking before we came on the air, and you take the good with the bad because, man, they're so good. And sometimes you want to kind of hold the reins a little bit and, slow down and run offense. But, most of the time you just kind of let them go and do their thing, and it works out in their favor. They're really, getting to the rim well. They both finish so well. I'm just excited to have them both playing together, and they do a great job.
I'll let Justin ask about the big man.
Well, we were talking about him. He had so many mismatch opportunities, and we said today, I'm guessing career high, 18 points and 14 rebounds.
It's
maybe career high.
Probably pretty close. Yeah. Right. He stepped up. I challenged him in the first quarter because I thought he was getting out rebounded a little bit, and I said, "Look, you're the biggest guy out here. You've got to impose your will a little bit." And he took that seriously, and I was really, really proud of the way he stepped up.
Well, you out rebounded them. You doubled up their free throws, 25 to 13. You attacked the basket so much more than they did. So obviously you saw them play, like you said. They're pretty much a 3-point shooting team. It's threes or layups, I guess, for those guys. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were talking about that.
They shoot threes and they offensive rebound really well. So we knew that we had to defend the perimeter and get downhill and get inside, get some foul trouble on a few of them early. I tell you, that kid, 15, I don't know what his name is, but the kid who was in the JV game, and he had probably 10 threes in the JV game and came out and hurt us tonight. So, yeah, I never felt too comfortable until, late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. That's Ryder Hawks you were talking about.
Yes.
I mean, 11 points all in that third quarter.
Like you beat them with playing regular basketball, though, which is what I like. You got twos. You had 2 threes. That was it. They had.
It's not necessarily. It's a kind of by design, but I'm always hoping that we can get inside and kick out a little bit because we do have some guys who can shoot the ball. But when we're getting downhill and getting to the rim, it makes life a little easier.
Yeah, it worked though tonight. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah,
it worked.
Thank you,
Coach. Finally, you got revenge tonight against Pinkerton for last year, and you've got a chance for some revenge Friday night against Memorial after losing a close game to the Crusaders in the Christmas tournament. What do you take from that matchup, and what do you expect from your guys Friday returning home?
They're excited. They're excited to play at home. We always, always feel comfortable at home. We thought that we lost a close game and didn't really play well. I think if you guys were at that game, and we missed a lot of bunnies early. We didn't shoot the ball well. So if we play, the way we're capable of, I think we're going to give them a good fight.
Good win tonight, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Great
Thanks
win.
for being here. Appreciate it, guys.
Good luck Friday.
Good luck Friday.
Right. Thanks for being here.
That's, again, Frank Moreno following a 93-73 win, a solid win for Bedford as they win.
Very solid.
Their 4th in a row, 18 points, 14 rebounds from senior Connor O'Rourke. Freshman Weeji Dak, 16 points, 4 rebounds. And the backcourt tandem of Landon Elsmore and Logan O'Connell flourished tonight as well. O'Connell, a team-high 23 points, and Landon Elsmore chipped in with 16. On the other side for Pinkerton, standout game for Brady Sullivan, the senior.
He's got a building.
Sorry, the junior. The junior ended up with a team-high 23 points. And Josh Fenor was big, especially in that second half for Pinkerton. The freshman scored 14.
Yeah, they had a couple bright spots with players they may not have expected to do what they did.
Right.
Coach said Hawks came in and got 3 threes. Bang, 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 and all of a sudden the game, I think they were within, 5 points at one point. So him and Fenor played really well. Sullivan needed a little bit more help. He didn't get it much from Brander tonight, really. He just got a couple rebounds. But the thing you have to remember, too, when they play again, they're missing their point guard. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times you bring your point guard back, it opens up things that the other players normally do. It'll be back. Like, they'll get better shots. He'll attack, kick out, easier looks. Tonight, they did not give very many easy looks. Bedford did a great job defensively, so not a lot of easy looks for them. I think Bedford versus Memorial on Friday will be a fun game, and they may end up on the better end at home, I think, against Memorial because they're deeper. Tough. They're a little bit deeper than Memorial is.
Tough to predict, for sure.
It'll be fun, though.
That's going to be a fun one. But we will be on the Seacoast for what could be an even more competitive basketball game. Alvern at Portsmouth comes your way, 7 o'clock in prime time. We'll be on the air with the pregame coverage at about 6:45. The Broncos just one loss And Portsmouth, of course, undefeated. So
yeah, that should be
look
fun.
forward to that one.
We don't see Alvern very often
on Friday,
right? We've seen Portsmouth. We did Alvern last year. I think maybe we saw him once. I don't even know if we saw him once. Fun to see him this year, though.
They deserve to be seen for sure. A playoff team a year ago that won a tournament game, and of course off to a great start to this season as well. Some other scores. Start with Division I. Wyndham, solid lead over Exeter. Early third quarter, 43-30 Jaguars.
In Wyndham?
In Exeter.
Oh, that's a
big
tough place
one
to
for
play.
Wyndham there. Portsmouth looking to stay unbeaten tonight, hosting another Seacoast rival, 17-6. Clippers out in front of Dover as Portsmouth looks to improve to 5-0.
Before you go to the next one, Portsmouth has their former coach is back.
Yep.
Prior coach, kind of like I think they had that planned or that was agreed upon.
May have been,
I believe.
But yes, coach back in the saddle for Portsmouth, and we'll see him Friday night. Meanwhile, Winnicott, early lead over Central. Defense, the name of the game here, 24-10 at halftime.
Well, that's a barn burner there, folks.
Campbell
24-10
is out in front of St. Thomas, 64-52. Kennett leading Kingswood, 19-17. And Kearsarge down in D2 leading Mascoma 67-56. By the way, that's a home game for Wyndham tonight. Big lead over Exeter.
Anything on your Blue Knights on there? Or did I miss that?
No news for West High, at least not from my phone. All right. Want to thank Coach O'Reilly and his staff here at Pinkerton. Athletic director giving me the one-word answer I like, which is yes.
Oh, we love that.
Every time.
Just say yes.
Appreciate Coach O'Reilly. And, of course, got to thank the sponsors tonight as well. Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, and the New Hampshire Tomahawks, our hardworking crew here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. John Barron up here with us, spearheading the setup. Matt Beals in the trench down on the court.
He's right in it. Look at him.
And, of course,
so tired.
The whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals, back at the Beals Insurance Studios. For the big man in the big chair, executive producer Steve Beals, and my colorful partner, Justin Gorham. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Bedford 93, Pinkerton 73. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.